Generate a highly engaging story based on this title. Don't add heading. Story must be in 2 short parts. For years, the Duke of Ashburn kept to the east wing, while his wife remained in the west. The servants whispered of pride and punishment, but the truth was quieter and heavier. They had married young, bound by duty after a scandal that was never spoken of aloud. He believed she despised him. She believed he regretted her. So they learned how to live as strangers beneath the same roof, meeting only at formal dinners, exchanging polite words like coins across a table. That winter night, the storm had crept into every corridor of the manor, howling like something lost. The Duke had been unable to sleep. Old memories pressed against his chest, and he found himself walking without purpose, candle in hand, until he reached the West Wing, a place he had avoided for years out of some unspoken rule he'd imposed on himself. Then he heard it, a sound, thin and trembling, slipped through the thick oak door of her chamber. At first, he thought it was the wind. But then it came again, his name, barely formed, spoken like a plea torn loose from a breaking heart. He froze. No one had said his name like that in years. The Duke's hand hovered over the door handle, his mind arguing with his body. She deserved her privacy. He deserved his distance. That was how things had always been. Yet something deeper, older, pushed him forward. He opened the door slowly, as if afraid the sound might vanish if he moved too fast. The candlelight revealed her curled tightly in the bed, blankets twisted around her legs. Her face was pale, lashes wet with tears that kept falling even in sleep. She was shaking, whispering again, his name, this time clearer, fractured by sobs she didn't seem aware of. He stood there, stunned. All these years, he had believed her silence was indifference, that her careful politeness was a shield against resentment. But no one cried out for someone they did not care for. No one ached like that in their dreams for someone they hated. He moved closer, each step heavy with regret. Memories rose uninvited. The day she arrived at Ashburn as his bride, nervous but hopeful, the first months when they'd tried, awkward and unsure, the night everything changed, when he'd misunderstood her quiet tears as disappointment in him rather than fear of the life forced upon her. He had withdrawn then, thinking distance was mercy. Now he saw what it had cost. Her hand twitched in her sleep, fingers curling as if grasping for something just out of reach. The Duke sat at the edge of the bed, setting the candle aside. His voice felt strange in his throat when he finally spoke her name, softly, like a prayer he wasn't sure he deserved to say. She did not wake, but her breathing shifted, uneven and broken. Carefully, so carefully, he brushed a tear from her cheek with his thumb. It was a simple touch, yet it felt like crossing a boundary carved by years of fear and pride. His chest tightened as he realized how lonely she must have been, crying for him where he could not hear. "I'm here," he whispered, though he didn't know if she could hear him at all. For the first time in years, he did not leave her room before dawn.